colleagues, 10 hours into a government shutdown, and Americans are wondering this morning how they're going to afford groceries, pay rent, and even cover the transportation costs they face today. The Republican response to them? Silence. With so many people being hurt by the shutdown and desperately worried about the hardships to come, I think it is so unfortunate the Republicans are making their warped priorities clear. I'll start with a few facts. The federal government is shut down while Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House. Rather than going forward in good faith, the administration is engaged in hostage-taking, threatening people's livelihoods, and just about everything except finding a solution. Republicans don't make any real effort to hold Trump to his promises or to stick up for federal workers. They just rubber stamp whatever chaos the Trump administration inflicts on the country. That's no matter the cost. So millions of Americans now are facing a huge increase in their health care premiums. This is the real world of the suffering we're seeing this morning. The Trump administration and Republicans won't lift a finger to help them. Resolving this shutdown and getting our fiscal house in order really ought to be the top focus now of the Finance Committee. Unfortunately, there hasn't been a single hearing on the $5 trillion tax bill that was passed a few months ago. Biggest bill in history, committee with jurisdiction, not going to discuss it in a bipartisan way. On top of that, the economy is showing real signs of weakness. Jobs are fewer, prices are higher. Millions of Americans are about to get clobbered with those health care costs. Now, I do agree with the concept of working on crypto's treatment under the tax code. It's a worthy subject. I fought back against proposed rules that went too far towards dictating what code-independent developers, not exchanges or brokers, would be forced to write. But in my view, and I say that this morning to my colleagues on all sides, there's a pretty long list of major issues and problems this committee has got to look at first. As for the topic at hand, there are a lot of questions that deserve candid consideration when it comes to crypto and taxes. Right now, there's a severe lack of certainty and clarity on how tax rules apply to crypto. That's bad for just about everybody except the tax cheats. One of the effects of all that uncertainty is a big increase in the tax gap, the taxes that go unpaid every year. Back in the first Trump administration, the IRS Commissioner Charles Rettig sat in this room and testified that the real gap might be double the official estimate because of the shadowy rules around crypto. That would make the tax gap almost $1.4 trillion per year. It goes without saying, if the U.S. actually collected the taxes individuals and corporations owed, that'd go a long way to fixing our fiscal challenges. So there are a lot of other issues to consider. This is a new and rapidly transforming industry. It raises new questions all the time, including how to treat crypto firms that, for all intents and purposes, are basically like sports gambling companies. The Senate needs to handle these issues carefully, take the time to get it right. That'll be a challenge, and I certainly hope that the Senate looks at this in a bipartisan way. Right now, what's most important is that we stand up for people who are suffering today, because they're all over America this morning. That's what they're thinking about. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.